All right, so you're thinking about life insurance, right? And you've got sarcoidosis. Well, good for you for being proactive. It's really not as scary as it might seem at first, honestly. Today, we're going to really dive into how sarcoidosis can impact your life insurance options.
Yeah, and it's something that a lot of people have questions about.
Exactly.
So sarcoidosis, just to kind of level set here, it's a disease where, inflammation can kind of pop up anywhere in the body.
And it can be, it's unpredictable. I mean, it can be a wild ride for some folks. And it makes sense that it would make people wonder, okay, what about my financial protection? Life insurance and all that.
Yeah, totally. And, it's understandable to be a little unsure about, how sarcoidosis is going to impact getting life insurance. But you know what? It doesn't mean you can't get coverage.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. But, what are insurance companies really looking at when they, have someone with sarcoidosis applying?
They get into the nitty-gritty,
Yeah, are they going to freak out if my sarcoidosis, let's say it immediately affects my lungs? Is that a huge red flag?
Well, lung involvement is definitely something they're going to look at, but it's not the whole story, right? They want to know, is it active? Is it in remission? How severe are your symptoms? What kind of treatments have you had? And are you managing it well, They're also going to consider your overall health picture. So things like your weight, blood pressure, family history, all that good stuff.
So it's not just about the sarcoidosis itself, it's about, how it fits into the whole picture, right?
Exactly. Imagine you're applying for a loan. The lender, they're not just going to look at your credit score, right? They're going to consider your income, your debts, job history. They want to get the full picture of your financial health, right?
Right.
And it's kind of the same with life insurance underwriting. They're trying to figure out the risk, and your sarcoidosis is just one piece of that puzzle.
Okay, that makes sense. But it's still, I can imagine it's kind of nerve-wracking for somebody who's dealing with sarcoidosis. To know there's this whole risk assessment happening behind the scenes. So is there anything that, I could actually do to show those insurance folks, hey, I'm on top of this, I'm managing it?
Oh, absolutely.
Give me some tips.
Being proactive about your health is huge,
Mm-hmm.
And there are things that you can do, for someone with sarcoidosis, incorporating anti-inflammatory foods into your diet. Think leafy greens, fatty fish.
Okay, yeah.
Regular, gentle exercise like yoga or swimming, that can help manage stress and inflammation. And of course, follow your doctor's treatment plan, go to your appointments, shows you're committed. You're basically telling the insurance company, look, I'm taking this seriously and I'm doing what I can to stay healthy.
I love it. So it's not you get diagnosed with sarcoidosis and that's it. You're not powerless.
No.
There are things you can do to make it, tip the scales in your favor.
Exactly. Now, even if you do everything right, your sarcoidosis could still affect your insurance options, especially if it's really severe or it's impacting major organs. But the good news is you still got choices. There are different types of life insurance policies, and they're designed for all sorts of different situations.
Okay, well, that's good news. Let's break it down. What are the options?
So you've got your fully underwritten policies. Those typically have the best rates, but they do require a medical exam. And then there's simplified issue policies. Those skip the medical exam, but you got to answer some health questions. And lastly, there are guaranteed issue policies, automatic approval, no health questions, but usually higher premiums and waiting periods.
Wait a minute, back up. Waiting period. What's that all about?
Oh, good question. So with a guaranteed issue, there's often a waiting period, maybe 2 years or so, before the full death benefit actually kicks in. So if you pass away during that waiting period, your beneficiaries might just get the premiums back that you paid, not the full coverage amount.
Got it.
It's kind of a trade-off for that guaranteed acceptance.
So it kind of is choosing your travel style, right?
Yeah.
The medical exam for a fully underwritten policy, that's you're hopping on a direct flight, you get there faster, maybe it's a little cheaper, but you got to go through, security and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Guaranteed issue, that's more like a scenic route. You'll get there, might cost a bit more, might take a little longer.
I like that.
Right.
And just like choosing the right travel route, having an experienced guide can make all the difference. That's where an insurance broker comes in, especially one who understands sarcoidosis.
Yeah.
They know the ins and outs of all these different policies, and they can help you figure out what's best for you.
So finding a broker who really knows about sarcoidosis, that's like having a travel agent who specializes in navigating those crazy layovers and connections, right?
Totally.
They can help me figure out the best way to get to my destination, which in this case is getting the right life insurance.
Exactly. They're going to look at your unique situation, compare a quote from all the different insurance companies, and recommend the best options for you based on your needs and your budget. They can be a real advocate for you during the whole process.
Wow, this has been amazing. I'm feeling way more confident about this whole life insurance thing now.
That's what we want. Knowledge is power, right? Don't let fear or uncertainty hold you back. By understanding how insurance companies look at sarcoidosis and, being proactive about your health and getting some expert advice, you can make smart decisions about protecting your financial future.
Exactly. And here's something to think about, as you go on your journey. We've been talking about getting life insurance when you have sarcoidosis, but all this knowledge, it really empowers you to make good decisions about your overall health and your financial planning too.
Yeah,
It's all connected, right?
absolutely.
So thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Don't forget that's just the beginning. All right. To get advice that's really tailored to you, talk to a qualified professional. They can help you figure out the details and find the best way forward for your specific situation. Thanks again.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Of course.